My wife is gonna be home any minute with her new Porsche, where I'm gonna do 3 immediate changes. I'm gonna change the color of the car. We're going to update the maintenance, and we're going to upgrade the performance. If you guys remember, I did a complete livery of my BMW 335 diesel, and it was Sage Auto Studios that did it. They did such a good job that I'm gonna have them do my wife's car. We're gonna do a complete color change. And speaking of my wife, I think she's here. Now that my wife's home, I'm gonna go ahead and get the car completely washed. We're gonna send it over to my friends at Sage Auto Studios. They're gonna do a vehicle wrap and change the color of this car. Cannot wait for you guys to see it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, we just got pulled over. She's gonna love this thing. That's pretty ugly. He's gonna dip into some of this. We did it! Okay, we're back at Sage Auto Studios to get my wife's car. She has not seen it yet. I'm so excited to see what they've done to this thing. Spoiler alert, he did send me a preview text, but I didn't get to see it completely done, so let's see how it is. Hey, just the guy I'm looking for.
How are ya?
Good. Good seeing you. So we got, yes, I think I see it already. Dude, she's gonna love this thing. Like, the details, perfect, dude. You even got it like in behind the taillights. Wow, man, everything looks so good. You guys obviously never disappoint. Looks amazing.
We also tinted your side markers just to tone them down a little. If you look at that Beamer, it's nice and orange.
Oh, yeah.
This color kind of clashed.
Yeah, get rid of the runny egg look.
Yeah. Just tinted the windows for you, nice and matched, and the windshield.
What's the, well, we won't talk about what the actual tint is because we want to make sure we're not incriminating ourselves.
Very, very important. A lot of shops don't coat the film. The vinyl always fades. It's very gentle. It's very delicate, so you got to make sure you got to protect it. So what we did is we did PPF on the front end to protect you from rock chips, and then ceramic coated the whole vehicle so that it's going to be easy to maintain this baby.
Nice. PPF on the front, ceramic coating on the rest. So if she gets a rock chip or something like that, it's just going to hit the PPFs. It won't scratch. It won't do any of that, right?
Yep.
I don't ever name cars, but I feel like this one deserves a name. Do you have any ideas?
I'm going to go with the obvious, Smurfette.
Smurfette. Okay, so it's a Miami blue. I was thinking about this on the way over here. My wife loves Pitbull. And so I was like, well, we could call it Mrs. 305.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know. You guys have any ideas? Let me know what you think we should name this thing.
Drop it in the comments.
See, he knows. He already knows. Drop it in the comments. No, man, it looks really good.
We were talking with Jamie. I think we want to take it up next to a actually painted Miami blue Macan if we can find one.
Yeah, I think I know where there's one in town, so maybe we should drive this one next to an actual factory painted Miami blue and just to see how close in color it actually is.
And give a shout out to Inizitech for a great product and a great color.
And shout out to these guys, Sage Auto Studios. You'll find it, Lakewood Ranch, Florida, in that area. If you guys are in this area, these guys do a phenomenal job. It looks even better outside. The color pops like crazy. Oh, she's gonna love this. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
Oh, there it is right there up on the rack. So we won't be able to park next to it, but we'll get close. It's pretty close. Although I do like that the Porsche on the back is black. I don't like the red S, but I like that it's black emblem, so I think I'm gonna have to do that. Oh, it's even got the same wheels. Oh, but it's got red calipers. It's ugly. Hey, look, they tinted, somebody had this and they tinted this too. So somebody's done stuff with this. So they tinted, or maybe they changed that, and they, for some reason, they replaced that panel there and made it the same color. It's got the, that's pretty ugly. Yeah, so normally this panel right here is black. They painted it to match the color of the car. So it's pretty close. I think if you look at that and look at that, yeah, this one's a little lighter, but I still like it. Looks pretty good. So yeah, you can see how this panel right here is black. On that car, it's painted. And then I'm gonna need to change these out because this is all like chrome, and that one over there was black. So it's a little bit lighter, but I still like it. It still looks really good. Unless you're right next to it, I don't think you'd be able to tell. What did you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
All right, I've never replaced one of these before. Looking at so this is the air filter, which is a little different than the BMWs I'm used to, which is interesting. So the air comes in on either side of the filter. So on each side of this, and then comes out through here and into the engine. So you got these 4 screws here and here. It looks like I take that off and the whole thing should slide out. Okay. All right, so this car has 28,000 miles on it. I mean, there's definitely a difference. Probably not terrible, enough that I want to change it. So it's getting a new one. Screwing into plastic here, so I'm gonna be a little gentle. But it looks pretty good. Put the seal back on. Housing is ready to go back in. New filter is done. Now we're gonna go ahead and replace the spark plugs, and then when it's time to put that back in, we'll be ready to go. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
Okay, so it's a V6, and the spark plugs, I gotta remove the ignition coils first to get to them. So here's one ignition coil, here's another one underneath this harness, and the harness is underneath this engine bracket. I don't wanna remove the engine bracket because I'd have to support the engine, which is dumb. So I think I can get this out of the way and then sneak that out. We'll try that. And then there's another ignition coil hiding back here. And then of course, the other side as well. So over here, it's a little bit darker on this side. I don't have a light, but they're down in there, so I might have to move some stuff out of the way. Not as easy as a BMW when they're right up top, right in a line. So as you guys notice, the ignition coils, the harness is really getting in my way. So really all I do is just kind of release all of the clips and just try to get that harness as free as possible. I noticed that if I release the harness from the engine side and pull it away from the engine, that I was able to get the ignition coil pulled out that way. I pulled out the first 3 spark plugs. VW, Volkswagen. Why is there Volkswagen parts in my Porsche? Just kidding. Obviously, the Volkswagen and Porsche, same brand, same company. So I'm using NGK IR. These are also NGK. These are IR is the Iridium. So these are the factory recommended spark plug. It just comes in the NGK box instead of the Porsche box, so I don't get the Porsche tax. There's a debate, and maybe you guys can chime in on this, of what you think. When you put in new spark plugs, do you guys put anti-seize copper, or do you put aluminum paste on this to help with seizing of the spark plugs? Now, if this was a 100,000 mile spark plug like they use in BMW, I put in some copper paste. I put just a little bit on there. It makes for pulling the spark plug out a little easier. Now, 100,000 mile spark plugs on BMW, I still replace them at 60,000 miles. However, on this car, they recommend them every 30,000 miles. This car has 28,000 miles, so these are the original spark plugs, and I'm going ahead and putting these new ones in. I'm gonna go ahead and leave these alone because although I can't find any documentation from Porsche that says you should or should not use it, the fact that I'm changing these out every 30,000 miles, I don't think I'm gonna use anti-seize paste. When I pulled these ones out, I didn't notice, I mean, they're a little rusty, I guess. They're not using it from the factory is my point. So they're not using it from the factory, I'm not gonna use it either. We'll torque these down to spec. I am going to use some dielectric grease that I put in at the end of the boot of the ignition coil. Stick a little bit in there. I'll do that to all of them. It makes it for easy install. You get good connectivity, keeps the water out, all the good things. I always start these by hand and then I'll go back and torque them. And I want to do one side at a time because I don't want to have too many things apart. So we'll get the new plugs put in here, get it all back together, and then we'll do the other side. As soon as I'm done with these spark plugs and filters and things, I'm gonna be doing a tune on this. So we're an APR dealer, I'm gonna do an APR tune on it. And so that's another reason why I wanted to put new spark plugs on it. If you guys ever wanna tune your car or do any software, you have to make sure your maintenance is up to date. Make sure you have new spark plugs. With that software, it's gonna require more work from your engine. And so it's gonna be under a little bit more stress. So you wanna make sure that it's ready for that. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
Now it's time to replace the cabin filter, which is located under the dash, under the glove box. I gotta pull all that out and we'll see how bad it is. I think it's never been replaced. I looked at the Carfax history. I don't think the cabin filter's ever been changed. So we'll see how bad it actually is. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, I'd say it needed it. Look how gross that is compared to a new one. Yeah, a little bit of difference there. That is just disgusting. So, all right, the girls deserve clean air. My wife and daughter will much appreciate this. At least I hope that they will. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
All right, let's go see how fast it runs with the factory tune. All right, so completely stock, 3-liter, single turbo V6. We got our draggy down here, connected to my phone. We're gonna go find a closed course, of course, and go see what it does. Okay, we're stopped. We got the draggy on, 0 to 60 in quarter-mile times. Let's go. Of course, we're on a closed course.
30, 60, 1/4 mile,
Quarter mile. Let's see what we got. Quarter mile is 14.1, and then 0 to 60 is 6.1. So I'm curious to see how much that's going to improve after we get it tuned. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
Oh, I got the green check mark. It's all ready to go. Woo-hoo. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.
So I'm getting ready to leave the shop, and look who shows up. That's my dad. He was riding his new motorcycle to the shop to check out to see what I was doing, and he showed up just in time because I was literally getting ready to leave to go do my final test drive after the tune. So you get to experience the power, baby, of APR. What do you think about that?
I love it. Can't wait.
All right, well, as soon as we get an opening on this closed road, we will see how we do. So I put a 93 octane tune in it. So I always put 93 octane gas in the car, so does my wife. So that's a little bit better than the 91 octane. We'll see what we come up with. I could tell already, just driving it a little bit, my butt dyno is telling me there's a little bit more power. According to APR, the tune adds 110 horsepower, and it also adds 150 foot-pounds of torque. Those are some serious numbers. So I've got it in sport mode. I'm gonna take the AC off. We're gonna do launch control and see what we've got. Okay, we're gonna reset that. Let's turn the AC off. Sport mode. Okay, foot is all the way down on the brake. We're gonna go all the way down on the gas, and that should put us in launch control. Okay, and go.
30,
Much better.
60, 1/4 mile,
All right. Let's slow down here. Oh, way better. Holy cow. Okay, so we got 13.1 for a 1/4 mile. 0 to 60 is 4.8. Way better. Oh yeah, I'm a lot happier with that. All right, that was way better. Now I'm much happier about that. That one, what'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great. Yeah, I really like that. I think you vastly improved on that one.
The butt dyno approves. The numbers don't lie. I might have to do all these runs again. Check this out. Yeah, that was definitely adding some weight. So I think I'm gonna empty all of this. I'm going to ride alone, and then we're gonna see if we can dip into the 12 seconds. I am determined to get into the 12 seconds.
I'm gonna dip into some of this White Claw and some of that Yingling.
He's gonna dip into some of this. Actually, all this stuff is for a Christmas party that I'm throwing for my staff. They're all gonna Uber there and Uber home, don't worry about it. Okay, coming to a stop, we're gonna turn the AC off. Sport mode on. We're gonna reset the draggy. Launch mode. Here we go. Come on, baby, we want 12 seconds, let's go. Come on.
1/4 mile,
1/4 mile, okay. Did we do it? Did we do it? That felt pretty good. Let's get slowed down here. I'll take a check.
Mile,
Okay, we just got pulled over. Let's take a look and see what we've got. 0 to 60, 4.69 seconds. Quarter mile, 12.9. We did it, 12.9 seconds. We got 12 seconds. I'm so excited. I don't think my wife will really care, but I'm excited that it's at 12.9 seconds. I only wish we would have done the before and after in sport mode with the launch control in the stock form versus the APR tune. But hey, I'm okay. I'm happy we're in the 12 seconds. Very cool. No passenger, no wait. That's what did it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you all. Have a great day. What'd you think about that one?
Oh, I thought that was great.